Hi guys, my name is Francisco. I'm from Mexico, and I want to share a little bit about my experience here at Tanglewood. So I decided to do a 21-day fast with 7 days of refeeding because I was having very common, very recurrent tonsil infections. It was happening already like 5 or 6, like once every 6 to 8 weeks actually. And when I got these infections, I'd have white spots on my tonsils, and I'd usually have a fever for a few days, so it was becoming very disruptive for my lifestyle, for my activities. So I decided to do the 21-day fast after talking to Loren, and my experience during the fast was that the first week was quite easy. I knew that I was going to have low levels of energy. I knew I was going to feel tired. The first week I was pretty surprised that, yes, I did feel weak. One day I felt quite weak. I think the second day, even it was difficult not to have my head resting against something. But the other days, I was surprised that I wasn't as tired as I expected. The second week, the level of energy went down further, and then it was great to just rest. I mean, Loren always says that you have to rest all the time, and so that's very important. And of course, drinking enough water. So the second week, the level of energy went down, and I was doing okay. I mean, when you rest all the time, while you're resting, you feel fine. If you get up and do stuff, that's where you feel that it's much more difficult than usual, physically. But actually, I was surprised that when I was resting, just sitting there resting, with my head supported against a pillow or something, my mind felt fine, my body felt fine. The third week, however, was challenging for me because at the beginning, I got a throat infection, the tonsil infection, which I mentioned was the reason I came here, was to solve that. And so one of these infections occurred. I spoke to Loren, and it's part of the healing process, of course. So I knew that, and but I did have 3 or 4 days when I had a very slight fever, but fevers usually make you weak. So the weakness of the fever plus the weakness of being in the third week of fasting meant I had zero energy. I was just completely, I've never been that tired in my life, I think. So definitely the most difficult tonsil infection ever, because of it gets compounded, the weakness of the fast and the weakness of the infection. But I knew that it was part of the healing process, so I just kept resting, kept drinking enough water. Loren's support and encouragement were very important and very helpful. And the infection resolved by itself. The fever never was very high, actually. So technically it wasn't a very strong infection at all. And after that, was very close to the end of the third week, to the end of the 21 days of fasting. So by the end of the 21 days, the infection was already pretty much completely resolved. Just in the last stages. It wasn't painful to swallow anymore. I know these infections quite well, so I know it was in the last stages. So then, as soon as I started my refeeding process, it was amazing how good I felt and how good I feel now. Today is I think it's 6th day of refeeding. I feel amazing. The first day, I just want to share, the first day of refeeding was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I recommend coconut water for the first day. The coconut water tasted like nectar from the heavens. It wasn't coconut water. It's indescribable. And my whole body felt so blissful with every sip I took. Really, really, a lot of physical pleasure. Every time I drank the coconut water on the first day of refeeding, I was blown away. And I did a lot of meditation during the fast and also during my refeeding week. It was very helpful that Loren has this rule where in the dining hall, there's no talking, there's no chit chat. So you can just experience your refeeding in silence and just be there completely. And that has been a once in a lifetime experience because you haven't eaten anything for 21 days. And it's just indescribable how pleasant it is to get these foods, you know, how you experience it. So yeah, each day of the refeeding, I've been feeling much better. Actually, on day 3, I did 15 push-ups, felt fine. Day 4, I did 7 pull-ups and 8 dips. I'm surprised at how quickly my level of energy came back, and I just started to feel really good, really quick. That's not everyone's experience, but that's been my experience. And so today's day 6, and tomorrow's the last day of refeeding, then we go back home. And yeah, I'm really happy that I did this. Also very happy that I did this here at Tanglewood, because every morning you get your vital signs checked, you get your blood pressure, temperature, level of oxygen in the blood, and then every week you get your blood sugar tested and your weight, and then your composition of like muscle and fat in your body. And so Loren talks to you every day to interpret these vital signs and to ask you how you're feeling and everything, and that support is very important, was very important. And also his lectures, a lot of great information, and the fact that you can ask questions during those lectures was also great. Also the space, the physical, I mean, Tanglewood is right now probably the perfect weather for a fast. Just also being in nature helps you so much during the fast, because having this beautiful, the scene of nature around you. I can't imagine doing this in a city. I mean, it's possible, but this really is an ideal place. And also for the refeeding, it's so important because you don't have to worry about getting the right food, the right amounts. The coconut water, they serve it, it's beautiful, it's delicious, you don't have to worry. So I think for the refeeding, being here is also very important. It was very great. And now that I'm refeeding, I've been exploring the grounds, these 4 hectares, which are just amazing. And so the process is going to continue as I go home. Loren gives you a 6-week meal plan to follow, and then I plan to continue the optimal diet beyond that, because, as I said, my reason for doing this was the recurrent tonsil infections, and so ideally I would see no infections moving forward, or fewer infections at least, or maybe more mild infections. I'm very eager to see how this fast affects that, and so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm feeling great now. I'm very grateful for the staff here, are so nice, so helpful, so kind. Loren is so patient, so caring, and so supportive, and so knowledgeable too. I'm amazed at his experience and knowledge, really. I can't think of any other place where I would feel in such good hands doing a fast of this nature. So that's my experience. I recommend also being here and seeing people with a wide range of different ailments and conditions, and seeing and hearing them say, share their experience and how they have improved is also very, very interesting. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing a 21-day fast or whatever Loren recommends to everyone, because it helps everyone to eliminate this old material that you have in your intestine. I mean, that's good for everyone, even if you're not sick. So yeah, that's my experience. I'm very happy that I came, and looking forward to seeing this process of rejuvenation and improval of health moving forward.